So it's important that he takes this early win.
And funnily enough, we were talking about how these big maps are going to favor Rogue here, but he just goes with an all-in on one of those giant maps. We're going into Deadwing, another very, very large map. And I wonder if this time he'll just play that macro game.
I wonder too. Looks like we're going to jump into the game right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 on Deadwing, another large map for Rogue versus Hart.
Down here in the bottom left, in the blue, our Zerg player already winning one of these games here. It is Rogue.
What a Rogue to go for Nidus in that game. The top left, vertical spawns. It's the Axiom player. Tart.
Tart?
Yeah, like, you know, like the, what's it, Captain Planet power. You ever watch Captain Planet?
No, I
Earth,
never saw Captain Planet.
Wind, fire, water, heart, go planet. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but I was
by
just
your
thinking
powers combined, I am Captain Planet. You know this?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. You know, I'm like, this is a big part of like our younger years, Valdez.
Oh man, I was more so into Power Rangers and like Rugrats and stuff.
Well,
I'm only 1 year younger than you, but
no, I mean Rugrats was great, but I didn't have cable television, so. Saddest thing is, if I lived in Korea and didn't have cable, I wouldn't get those amazing channels we have over here for gaming. I would have been a sad young little boy.
Yeah.
I've been downloading those all off the internet.
Interesting scouting pattern here, by the way,
yeah.
from Rogue. Really want to point this out. That's that may even just be looking for a 2-Rax or like a 1-Rax, like Proxy Reaper. It's really good to just place it in there in between the two bushes, and it's right in the middle of the two bases. So if you can just scout there and immediately go cross-spawn scout, it's just a very, meticulous. He wants to be very safe with this kind of scout.
It's cool because oftentimes as a player too, because the distance between cross spawns and vertical spawns is so different on this map in particular, that you might even want to do a different build based on the fact that your opponent's cross spawn, and you can't do that if he's vertical spawn. So it's like killing two birds with one stone. You check all the way over the map for proxies. If he's going to proxy, it's probably going to be in that location because it's equidistant from the two bases. So smart choice here. I like it a lot.
Yeah, and Rogue even going further with the greedy, puts down his pool first just to make sure the gas is going to be slightly later, skimping a bit on the drones as well. He is going to finally find what Hart is doing. It is a CC first here on this big map, and bit of a worker fight here.
Well, the drone regenerate is good enough to where that SCV is going to have to hightail it out there, but he needs another one because this one's going to actually get delayed as well. He's just going to send his barracks SCV. That makes sense. If this CC doesn't finish, he can't make that Marine, though, which is really annoying. That's actually supply blocked him here.
That delay actually hurts the timing on how many Marines he's going to have at a certain time. Yeah. Very interesting.
It's really annoying. In fact, he actually has got to be pretty frustrated with that one. So, not even going to repair that SCV back at home. A bit weakened.
Yeah. Going to go straight in the factory here. Just trying to get some more of those Hellions, I would assume, out on the map. Get that map control. And Rogue, he does get 108 gas, but he's not getting that speed. And he's slowly getting one drone and gas.
Yeah, I mean, I think he will get it in a second. Perhaps he just wanted to make another Queen first. No, he's going to go 2-base layer.
Yeah. Just trying to decide if he really needed that speed or if he wanted to go for that faster tech there in that layer tech. Wonder what he's going to do.
Well, most likely it'll be for 2-base Spire, but there are a few other alternatives, right? For example, going for a quick Nidus again, maybe with Roaches if he makes a Roach Horn pretty soon here.
Oh man, that would be so funny.
That would be hilarious.
Hart's like, no, he would never do that again, and he does the same exact build. He's like, Hart, please leave after 2 games, thanks.
It looks like with the gases he's taking here, it's most likely going to be the Mutalisk, but I was going to say it could possibly be for Flying Locust Swarm Hosts.
Well,
it's obviously not what it's going to be for. It's like actually for a fast 5, a Viper rush to yank the SCVs out of his base so he can't mine.
that build that he did against Hero, he actually did that with the Nidus, right?
Yes.
He got it behind the rocks, and then it was actually on this map, in fact.
Yep. And we saw even Hydra attempt to do a similar build versus Lilbo in the WCS finals for Season 2 this year. So I'm told. I didn't catch that one.
Yeah, I missed that one too.
But I don't know, it might have been a different type of situation. But either way, we've seen it 2 legendary games now in important matches. The Swarm host, like going carriers.
Yeah. And as we said before, the Spire first is going to be the choice of Tech here, just on 2 bases, getting all 4 of his gases, already putting up 2 spine crawlers, just for that extra safety once again.
Yeah. I mean, you need to do something like this usually when you're up against a player when you've basically cut all units entirely. You don't have link speed, and you're rushing out the Mutalisk. You don't have that much of a defensive option against Hellions or any type of like quicker bio push, or perhaps even Hellbats. He doesn't really know what he's up against. A lot of queens here, going to make shutting this drop down pretty easy. Although if they're out of position, it's a different story.
Going out of the main at the worst possible point. And this is 4 Hellions. This could get a ton of damage done, and Rogue is not in a good position. No defense here except for 1 queen.
Yeah. Good drone pull, and the Hellions do get blocked here a little bit by the spawning pool, so they actually have to lift those up and get out. Very little damage done for what could have happened. He didn't chase the drones, I feel, as well as he could have. Oh, dropping here is just not even acceptable. You got to get out of there.
Yeah, not going to work out there. But I think he still hasn't seen the Spire. I mean, he did see the lair, and he knows that Rogue is on 2 base, so he probably has a decent idea of what's going on here, but he doesn't know for sure.
Yeah, you're right. He has no vision of the Spire, but he did finish his E-base just now. He should produce some missile turrets. He does have vision of his entire base. Actually, there's like 1 place he doesn't, so he's somewhat cautious about Nidus. But
yeah,
I think we see the turrets coming up now. This Viking definitely confirms, so he should be okay against this. It's important for Rogue to do a lot of damage right now and gain some map control from this little attack. In fact, that's why he's going to go and chase down these Hellions.
Not paying attention there, he's going to lose that medevac. Could have tried to boost that away at least for a bit, possibly try to get his home tier Marines. Now just kind of sending his Hellions awkwardly in the middle of the map. What does he have at home? That's what I'm curious about. He's got 12 Marines, but the stim is not yet done. Yeah,
without stim, chasing these Mutalisk down is going to be a bit of a hassle. The bunker does make the defense a little bit easier. He's just going to get a quick depot and get out.
Yeah, it's going to burn down here. No repair. Going to supply block. Art even. Now looking to go into the main. No, just going to back off.
I think he knows that the timing here is no longer a surprise. But what I really like, instead of trading, some of his Mutalisk perhaps, maybe making a mistake, losing meter here and there for some harass, he's just actually increasing his Mutalisk count. Oh no, another mistake here with the rally. But he's just increasing his Mutalisk count insanely quickly right now. And just going to build up a count that's so high that just a turret here and there is not going to be enough to defend this.
Yeah, but also already Widow Mines there. But Rogue did see them burrowing down, so he should be careful about that. He's not going to overcommit too much here. Already 15 Mutalisks out on the map. And Hart is saying, wow, you've committed so much to this. You must not have that much back at home. And it's kind of true. He's only got 5 lings out on the map. He's making 10 more. He's got the Baneling nest, but Baneling speed is a long way off.
Yeah, he doesn't have any Banelings on a single one. He's making his first 3 right now. Those obviously going to be very essential at defending this. 1 turret, not enough for this. Even with the repair, it should go down, and the repair is late, so goodbye turret. And all of these SCVs are now very exposed. It's going to kill all of them. Force Marines to return home. Force a stim. Oop, loses a Mutalisk there, but definitely worth it for 8 SCVs, and losing a lot of mining time right now is Hart. He's ahead in supply, and he's also, again, ahead in army supply like you were talking about. He's about to have combat shields. He's going to have 1-1 to attack with this. So Baneling speed is really important to have, and he's about to have that, but Hart is just so hard-pressed to defend that he can't even pressure. He's stuck at home.
The build that Rogue is doing is to totally regain map control. This is never going to allow Hart to move across the map. He needs to keep the Marines home because that's really all he's got. 1 missile turret in each base, like you said, is not going to be enough. And if you notice from Rogue, he just made the necessary units to hold off, but now it's all about upgrades, about droning up, getting that 3rd base saturated. And there's not much that Hart can do. He's finally going to try to move out once again here, but I don't see it going too well.
This is a very, if you're new to StarCraft, this may seem a bit confusing as to why the Terran of the bigger army does not just attack across the map. there's a common archetype of a high-level Korean StarCraft 2 game is one player has a harassment force that's weaker in a straight-up fight than the other player, but because of the distance on the map, the player with the harassment force always threatens and makes a player turn around, and if he decides to commit, if he decides to attack, there's going to be a ton of static defense. The defender always has an advantage because of that distance on the map, and the Mulas are going to do too much damage, slow down reinforcements, and then he's going to be able to send those Mulas home to defend. So right now, Hart is kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Even though he's ahead in supply, he's just in a position where attacking is very difficult to commit to.
Yep. And now we see some Lings going in here. Rogue's doing a really nice job of setting off all these Widow Mines, in fact. He found 2 of them in the middle of the map. I'm not sure if he was able to clean those up. Like maybe.
He cleaned up 2 of them, I think, but the other ones, like the one that just hit those Lings, hasn't been cleaned up yet. Okay, he's going to clear it now with the Overseer.
Yeah, finally, the speed finishes here.
Yeah. I was about to say, that's a bit of a slow Overseer there.
Yeah.
But look at the supplies again. Right now, Hart is up massively. 30 supply up. But if he can't use that supply, it doesn't matter. And okay, we're going to see him commit. And this is the situation I was talking about. Can he break through? Or is the static defense and 19 Balings that are on the way right now going to stop him? If he cannot do critical damage with this push, if he gets defended, he will have nothing to return home to.
Uh-oh, a lot of Balings rolling here onto the creep. Not the best hits, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh boy, these Balings are coming in here as well. But again, these are Balings that are not going to be used in the defense.
That's very true, but look at that. No split there. A huge amount of Marines going down, and immediately the supplies are evened up.
Hart is falling under the pressure here. And this is essentially going to be checkmate. He went for that commitment I was talking about, and he has now nothing to return home to because his base is being camped. He's losing all of his reactors here. He didn't have any Thors really in that fight. Oh, GG.
GG. That's going to be it. I also want to highlight one other small facet of Rogue's play there. His creep spread was so thick and so far out on the map, Hart had to spend at least 30 seconds to a minute cleaning that up before he could, go into a very efficient trade or any kind of engagement towards Rogue. It delayed him so much, and then the lack of splits and Hart just kind of falling under the pressure, as you said, were very apparent there. And he goes down now 0-2 to Rogue, who is looking fantastic today, I really have to say.
Yeah, and that's part of the strength